Obina didn't talk much. He didn't joke around like the other boys in the workshop, didn't whistle at the girls who passed by, and didn't fight over leftover meat from the buka down the street. Instead, he watched. When customers spoke rudely, he watched. When his manager pocketed money meant for parts, he watched. When they laughed at his silence, he watched. Harder. You 2-day quiet, one apprentice told him one evening. No day act like you holy pass everybody. Obina just smiled and kept working on the engine in front of him. What no one knew was that silence was his weapon. It gave him power. In a world where people screamed to be heard, he listened and remembered. The workshop itself was not impressive, just an open yard of cracked concrete, a tin roof propped on crooked metal poles, and a worn-out sign that read Divine Speed Motors. But this was where Obina lived his days. Fixing cars, soaking his clothes with sweat and oil, and sleeping in the back of a broken-down Peugeot 504 when he had nowhere else to go. He kept a picture of his late mother inside the glove compartment of that car. Her smile was soft, gentle. She died when he was 16, but he still heard her voice whenever the world grew cruel. Don't fight them, Obina. Let time do the talking. And so he waited. It was a Tuesday when she arrived. Rain had just stopped falling, and the compound was still soaked with mud. The workers grumbled as they dragged tires out from puddles. Then she drove in. Slowly, carefully. An old Honda Civic with a bent rim and a woman behind the wheel who didn't belong here. She stepped out, small, soft-spoken, brown skin glowing against the gray sky, and looked around. "Excuse me," she called out. "Please, I need help." The boys ignored her at first, until Obina stepped forward. "Let me check," he said quietly. He squatted by the tire, fingers grazing the metal gently. "It's bent but not broken. I can fix it. Will take an hour." "Thank you," she said sincerely. Obina paused. Most people tossed him their keys without looking at him, but she had thanked him. Genuinely. "Please let me know how much when you're done," she added. That was the beginning. Amara started coming more often, sometimes for minor car issues, sometimes just to sit and chat while her oil was changed. "You're not like the others here," she told him once. He glanced up. "How? You look like someone who has seen wealth but walked away from it." He chuckled. "That's a very specific guess." "Well," she shrugged. "The way you carry yourself, you fix cars but you don't curse like the rest. You're gentle with tools. Even the way you dress. It's like you're pretending to fit in." Obina smiled and wiped his hands. "Let's just say, I like understanding life from the ground up." She tilted her head. "There's more to you. I can feel it." He said nothing, but his silence was its own language. By now the other mechanics noticed. "Mechanic don't see fine girl," they laughed. "She no sabi, he no get level. She go soon dump am." One of them even warned her. "Madam, be careful, oh, that boy get strong head. Him no day talk, but him get pride." But Amara didn't care. She liked how he listened, how he never flirted, never lied, never made her feel small. Still, the day she invited him to a youth event at her church, the insults doubled. The boys howled with laughter. "You one carry mechanic go mingle with correct boys? Make on a snap picture oh." But Obina didn't care. He wore his cleanest clothes and showed up, not to impress, but to honor her kindness. Even when they whispered and mocked, he remained calm. Even when one of Amara's friends called him your pet project, he still smiled. Amara apologized afterward. "I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have brought you. You showed me respect," he said. "That's more than I get from most people. I'll always remember that." The G-Wagon came in like a test from heaven. Dusty, smoking, silent. When the man stepped out, tall, regal, eyes sharp like machetes, it was clear he wasn't ordinary. "I want the best mechanic," he barked. Everyone pointed to the workshop manager. He failed. Then they tried the others. Still nothing. The man turned to Obina, who hadn't moved. "You, what's your name?" "Obina." "You've been watching this whole time." "I don't speak until I'm sure." The man's eyebrow raised. "Then be sure now." Obina stepped forward, called for a spanner and adjusted a single faulty fuse. The engine roared to life. The man smiled. "Obina what?" He hesitated. "Obina. No koye." Silence. The manager staggered backward. "As in, son of Chief Damien Nokoye." Obina nodded, mouths opened, eyes widened. The poor mechanic was the heir to one of the biggest motor empires in Nigeria, and now, everyone saw him differently. That night, he told Amara the truth. I left home 3 years ago. My father wanted me to run the company, but I refused. Why? She asked. Because I didn't want to lead people I didn't understand. He looked at his stained hands. I needed to feel the weight of sweat, to be disrespected, to work without title or comfort. I needed to know how the ordinary man survives. She said nothing for a while. Then quietly she whispered, "You're not ordinary at all." Once the truth came out, everything changed. The Oga who shouted at him now greeted him with 2 hands. The apprentices who mocked him began calling him sir. The woman with the red Corolla sent him a fruit basket. But Obinna didn't forget. He was kind. But he didn't forget. You gave me nothing when you thought I was nothing, he told the manager. So don't expect everything now. Only Amara received a call, an invitation, to dinner. The Amakoye estate was vast. Golden gates, white walls, armed guards. Amara stepped in, trembling in her borrowed dress. Chief Damien Nokoye himself stood waiting. His eyes scanned her from head to toe. You're the girl my son kept talking about. She nodded, unsure. You gave him something no one else here did. Dignity. She blinked fast, overwhelmed. Obinna came forward, gently took her hand. You passed the test, Amara, she whispered. What test? The one life gives us all. How we treat people when we think they're below us. When Chief Damien died, the vultures circled. Uncles, cousins, board members, lawyers. Everyone expected a battle over the inheritance. Instead, the will was clear. To my son Obinna, I leave everything, because he has learned what wealth cannot teach. And to Amara Onyeka, I leave 10% ownership, for proving that kindness still exists. The room exploded in protest. Who is she? She's not even family. She's a gold digger. Obinna stood slowly. She's the only one who saw the man under the grease. The rest of you saw only rags. Months passed. Obinna took over the company, but didn't forget the workshop. He built a foundation that trained real mechanics, gave scholarships, and opened a new Divine Speed Center. As for Amara, she became his partner in business and in love. One day, during a press interview, a reporter asked, "What's your biggest lesson?" Obinna smiled. Never judge someone by their job. The man under the car may one day be the one signing your paycheck.